Yo, what is up guys, it's FullySpaced and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this futuristic sci-fi nether portal. It's quite a weird design, I've never really built something like this, but just playing around with a bunch of different kind of shapes, I managed to come up with this little design. So I actually started off by creating an L, and then inside that L another L, and I extended it up by one, and basically all these massive like pillars that kind of held up are literally just L's that are just connected together that raised by one. So if you look at the bottom, it starts off by one small L, and then it kind of goes up and up and up. They do actually kind of look like squares, except the final part of the square is actually connected to the next piece. If you can work it out, it's very simple, but looking at it from here, it kind of looks like L's, just a bunch of L's kind of going up. That's the only way I can really explain it and make it easy. If you guys want to see a step-by-step tutorial, I can actually build it step-by-step for you guys. It's quite simple, not too in-depth, and it did take me a while to do it the first time. However, when I came back around to build it now, it didn't actually take as long as I thought. I think it took me about 20 minutes to build it just from a step-by-step, which wasn't too bad. Obviously playing around with the centerpiece here, you can build it however you like. I just came up with this little design here, started building in the shape for my sphere that I'm going to put on top, and then just continued to go around here. So if you don't really know how to build a sphere, it's quite simple. You start with 5 at the bottom, and then you kind of extend it by 2 in a diagonal, then 5, and then 2, and that's basically what you would do for the whole way around. You want to make the whole middle piece, so you want to make one ring, and then you want to make a ring going the other way through it, so they kind of split like a cross at the top. And then you fill in the sides here like I've done. It's quite in depth to build a sphere. There are very good tutorials out there on YouTube, so I would recommend following some of those. That's how I did it first to get the how I used to do it, so I didn't actually know how to build spheres, so I'd follow tutorials, and then now naturally it kind of comes to you. Once you've built it multiple times, you realise how easy it is actually to build a sphere and kind of get it in the game. Obviously it takes a lot of time just to kind of learn and memorise the pattern, but once you've got it, it just makes life so much easier. It opens up so many possibilities to the game when building, especially just like any of your builds. Ever since using circles and different kind of shapes in Minecraft, instead of keeping everything so blocky, I feel like my building has improved by so much, especially on my abstract house. I was incredibly happy with that design. I've never really built something so futuristic or modern, and then when you play around with something that curves and has like a slanted roof, it really just, looking at it's like one of those things that just makes my builds feel really cool. And to me personally, I feel like it's one of my better builds. It is just like so unique to me because I'm so not used to building it, that when you build something like that, it's really rewarding and satisfying. So I would recommend just kind of experimenting. If you play around with different styles, you generally come up with something that becomes quite interesting. And if you just kind of think around it and just keep thinking about what you can do to extend it or what you want from it. So when I come up with ideas, I tend to start by just looking around, browsing Reddit or browsing any sort of images, and you kind of get this image on your head of, you see something, you think that's really cool, I like how they did that, and then you take how they did that and you kind of put it into your own way and just come up with different designs. So once you kind of get your creative juices flowing, you generally come up with a lot of designs. Once you've built a few more houses and things, you look at those houses and then you kind of take things from each house and you build them all together, and you come up with some really cool styles. So always just practicing building is just a better way to get good at it, especially just trying out different styles. I absolutely suck at most quite a few styles, but recently I've been trying them and just really putting in the work and trying to get them as good as I can, and they've become out really well, so I'm really happy with it. So yeah, just a little tip for you guys, just try out some different styles, and I feel like you'll definitely be happy with some of the results you receive. If any of you guys got anything you want to see me build, don't forget to leave a comment and I'll get around to building that so you guys can have the preview, or I can show you some cool ways of doing it and maybe inspire you so you can build it into your own worlds. I do generally leave comments with your name as well, just as a little thank you for the idea. And yeah, basically just trying to help people out. If you want to see any type of series on this channel, don't forget to leave a comment below. I'd love to kind of expand. I'm doing a survival series obviously, and then I kind of build things, but I'd love to expand to more. Maybe if you guys like mini games or ultra hardcore or anything, I would happily expand to that. I obviously will only do it if the majority of you would like to see it, but for now I just like sticking with my building and survival world. Obviously I'm kind of growing at a good rate and just looking for other things to do at the moment, so hope you guys are enjoying the content. This build is pretty much coming to an end, so I'm going to head over to first person and show you about. see you soon. Now we're into first person, I can show you around the build itself. So as you can see here, it is literally all made of glass. There's actually 2 layers of it. So we have, if you've watched my recent video where I made hot air balloons in my flying sky base, this is kind of the same technique for making an air balloon, except with glass, and then obviously we have another coat of glass just kind of overhanging it and look like they're kind of falling down. Gives you this nice little sci-fi fantasy type build. And then obviously you got these little particles coming from the top, just kind of making it look like there's some sort of magic going on. They're just made with glass panes that kind of place just by themselves, not connected to anything else, and they kind of just give you these flat lines. And then obviously we got these nice little pillars here that kind of just hold up the whole build. They're just there for a nice little aesthetic, not really used for walking up. Obviously you could probably turn that into a staircase if you really wanted to. However, I kind of use that as just the main support beam, so they kind of hold up this middle piece, which looks like some sort of cup. It kind of looks like a giant ice cream scoop, just being held, massive piece of ice cream. But it's actually just a sci-fi Netherportal with a massive sphere on it, a few little particle effects at the top, a beacon in the middle going straight through to kind of give us a straight beam. Also helps you find your Netherportal if you build this in your world. And yeah, it's a 4-sided Netherportal, so great little thing really. You can build it in the centerpiece of whatever, your sci-fi city or some sort of creative city that uses strange things like this. Definitely think it's more fantasy, futuristic build. So it may not be viable in most worlds, but it is pretty cool. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll leave you with a showcase at the end of this video, but thank you all for the support. If you shared this video, it'd be really appreciated. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.